Hi Bahamas, C. Allen Johnson, critical thinker. Just another one man's opinion commentary on the Haitian Bahamian immigrant, migrant, whatever how you want to define it, issue that's being discussed here in the Bahamas. I want Bahamians to stop for a moment, and I want you to think deeply on this. Hundreds of years of relationship between Haiti and the Bahamas. Hundreds of thousands of Haitians have lived in the Bahamas. As many as 100,000 Haitians currently live in the Bahamas, of Haitian or Haitian descent or illegals or otherwise, on a yearly basis. Then I want you to examine the instances of violence and attacks and assaults on Haitians by Bahamians. And then I want you to ask yourself, why is it today, once the conversation has come up on the fact of illegal migration, immigrants, whatever in the Bahamas, that includes Haitians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Chinese, Americans, and the likes, we can't have a clear, cognizant conversation on the issue. But we have rights groups and rights activists in the Bahamas that wants the world to believe a country of a population of 400,000 residents, with 100,000 of them being Haitian or Haitian descent, 25% of the population, almost zero incidents of strife between these two groupings of people. Why would these rights organizations, these rights activists, want to take single instances that is yet to be proven and magnify to the world that we have a hatred, not for the Haitians, Jamaicans, whatever, all the different nationalities for which this conversation encompasses, but Bahamians and the Bahamas government have a hatred, have targeted with deliberate intent Haitian nationals. Is there evidence to support their position that there's a wholesale targeting of Haitians? Is it stated in policy? Or is the government policy one of illegal immigration, that we will not tolerate it? The fact that Haitians may make up the majority of those illegals does not mean that the government is targeting Haitians. You have in their dialogue an attempt to converge multiple conversations rather than dealing strictly with illegals, Bahamians, Haitians, persons born in the Bahamas of Haitian descent, persons born in the Bahamas of Jamaican descent, Cuban descent, American descent, whatever. The United Nations rights of children. They keep mixing them up as if though there's a deliberate intent to cause chaos. One has to question the validity, the competency, the objective, the motives of these individuals and these organizations who claim to represent the rights of all people, but somehow seem to have converged on making a deliberate international attempt to destroy the reputation of the Bahamas as some vile, barbaric country that targets individual. A country now, think of this, where 80% of our economy depends on welcoming strangers amongst us. How can you then say that as a country we're xenophobic when our economy depends on this? Because you use these broad terms. It's vile and disgusting. Not what you imply that we're doing, but what you're doing to a country you claim to love. A country that you claim to want to build. Please stop. Going forward, every statement, every action you take will be judged. If not just by me, by many others. We're going into the Bahamas, into the new year, with a 2020 vision, meaning not just the year 2020, but a clear vision of the country we want. We invite you and others like you to help define the new Bahamas, where we advocate for laws, anti-corruption, transparency, accountability, integrity, and freedom of information. A collective move, a collective intelligence in resolving the pressing issues facing us as a country. So you human rights groups and activists, stop your BS. Let's have a real, clear conversation. Your lawsuits and your intimidation don't work for us. We are a new Bahamian, a new dispensation. And I'm talking about those Bahamians that were born of Haitian heritage and any other nationality, and those who anticipate becoming Bahamians, who should be developing the mindset to fight for and to protect the Bahamas at all expense. Because this is the country they're seeking to carry the passport off. They're seeking to be able to seek the protection from other countries or other things under the flag of the Bahamas. So then how could you then seek to destroy that which you're seeking to become? It's crazy. And I'm beginning to be concerned myself with the sanity of your actions. So I'm calling for all Bahamians to unite. There's more similarities in us than there are differences amongst us. I can assure you, of the thousands of similarities, those so-called human rights organizations probably can't name 5 differences. They make allegations with no proof. It's almost like I'm trying to tell you that you need to prove yourself innocent as opposed to me proving you guilty. Imagine a justice system where something like that happens. Bahamas, we must unite with a 2020 vision, clear, concise, in the year 2020 of the Bahamas we want, as we move towards our golden, the biblical process called Jubilee, 50 years in 2023. Let's define a 2020 vision for the Bahamas. Let's dismiss the distractors. There's more of us that are seeking to build the Bahamas than there is of them. Don't allow them to manipulate the media and the international press and the international organizations with unfounded, unsubstantiated evidence time and time again, just utterances, using the power of their resources to distort the reality which we as Bahamians live. Think about that. 25% of your populations are either of Haitian or Haitian descent. So that means if we had the strife that they had, the hatred that they claim to exist for this nationality from amongst all the other nationalities melting pot upon us, clearly it would be more apparent. We wouldn't see it in our marriages, we wouldn't see it in our relationships, we wouldn't see it in our business partners, we wouldn't see it in our communities. I'm going to come back and I'm going to have the conversation on what they should be arguing for, not against. Because what they're arguing against don't exist. I'm going to talk about education. I'm going to talk about healthcare. I'm going to talk about judicial reform. I'm going to talk about that hellhole called Fox Hill about human rights that they don't even consider. They should be marching in front of that. I'm going to talk about the detention center. I'm going to talk about the things that we as human beings should be collectively concerned about, not the misinformation. So, you know who you are. Stop it. Critical Thinkers watching.